Hello and welcome to So Sandler's Pod, the Adam Sandler podcast, a podcast where we discuss the movies of famed firefighter, man whore, Adam Sandler. My name is Kerry Jones, and as always, I am joined by my dearest friend and co-host, Matt Wilson.
Where are we going? Back for another week. Here we go. I ready to talk about this movie.
After watching this movie, I think I realized this is where it starts going downhill again.
This is kind of like the beginning of the end, for like a bit. This is like I think this is where I'm pretty sure I like originally fell off Adam Sandler. I don't know if specifically it was this movie, but like after this, I've like the ones that came out in like 2008, 9, 10. I've not seen any of them. I don't think. Maybe Funny. I think I've seen like half of Funny People, but I've not seen like Jack and Jill and all that shit. But like, I think this is now like we're in that era of we're in the dark times.
I remember you don't mess with the Zohan being quite.
Oh, I think I watched that in the movies and that was great. Actually, no, you're not wrong. I'll give you that. I'll look forward to that coming up. Actually,
but yeah, after that, I think we peaked originally with obviously Happy Gilmore and the Waterboys, which feels like a fucking age ago.
Yeah, true. Well, it's like you've got like 90s Adam Sandler, you've got 2000s Adam Sandler. I think you've got like a block of like 2009 to like 2013 where everyone in the world I think just hated him, and then after that he got like a Netflix deal and started making better movies again, even though everyone hates the Fabulous Six or whatever the fuck that's called.
I put on the Ridiculous Six the other day, just the start of it.
That's so long.
And it's a 2.5 hour long movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that on ×3.
And yeah, Netflix doesn't have it. Oh wait, no, it does. It does have times too.
It does have times.
Yeah, but yeah, enough about the Ridiculous Six.
I really don't know who that's for, other than just absolute fucking psychopaths like me. Like there can't be many of us watching stuff in ×2 speed, like just on like as like a standard. I don't do it with TV, just for a point, but like anything on YouTube. Podcasts, podcast definitely on 1.5.
Yeah, I don't know who does that. Like, I imagine film reviewers probably do.
I was gonna say it must be for people like trying to find specific scenes or like literally just like shots in movies.
I imagine film reviewers
fucking fast forward. What are you doing?
Yeah. Hey, bring back DVDs and we'll get scene select.
Oh, mate,
that's one thing.
Literally getting like the chapter list on the back of the fucking DVD. Oh, mate, unreal, absolutely iconic. There's gonna be some people listening to this that have fucking no idea what that means, but
that's something that pisses me off about Netflix, and there is no chapter list.
There's no chapter selection or scene selection. Bollocks. I completely agree with that. Never thought about that until you just brought it up right now.
And it used to be even better when the chapters were named rather than chapter 1, chapter 2.
Oh yeah, unreal. And you get all like little extra bonus scenes, you fucking director's commentary, get all the outtakes. Oh mate.
Yeah, fucking bonus features now are all brand. They're different shows.
It's advertising, like shout.
Right. This week's movie is I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Oh yeah, we did. Did we actually announce that yet?
No, we haven't. What's your history with this film?
I think I've only seen this once before. I can't think of times multiple times I've watched this. And yeah, like I was saying to you, I'm pretty sure this came out, and then the next movie we've got is Don't Mess with the Zohan, and then I'm pretty sure I didn't watch an Adam Sandler movie for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, no.
What about you?
I think that's fair enough. Like I said in the week, I think this is the first Sandler movie I saw in the cinema, and the last one would have either been That's My Boy or Jack and Jill. So we got a
See,
a
I'm pretty sure I
4-year
watched Flip in the
period.
cinema.
I think I got a 4-year period where I went to watch them in the movies. Well, like I told you this week, this is the movie that made me fall in love with Jessica Biel.
I mean, if it didn't, to anyone listening, if you don't fall in love with Jessica Biel watching this, there's something wrong with you.
She is 100% the best part about this movie.
Yeah, all right. I was gonna say Ving Rhames, but Marcellus Wallace in this is fucking great. But no, Jessica Biel in this is fantastic.
Yeah, so
everyone is forever jealous of Adam Sandler to just literally writing a scene in his own movie where he gets to just fondle Jessica Biel's boobs for like 2 minutes straight.
See, Sandler knows how to do it.
It's so funny.
He gets the girl,
even
he gets the holiday.
Even when he's playing a gay guy, he's just the world's biggest man whore. Like, what do you mean?
Talking about Sandler on a holiday.
Yeah, this may be the only movie where they don't go on holiday.
No, the trailer for what I was going to say, the trailer for Murder Mystery 2 was released yesterday. And the start of the trailer, they're on some tropical island, the murder happens, and then by the end of the movie, they're in Paris. So...
Yeah, but that's the same thing in that Murder Mystery 1, though. That, I'll say this now before we get to that podcast down the line. That I've seen it once. That was fucking great. Only because I was watching that like, this would be my reaction as well. Like, someone's like, nah, you murdered, and I'll be like, nah, you're taking a piss, mate. What are you on about? Oh, yeah, sure, this is happening. Just to Jennifer Aniston, I'm like, yeah, mate, all right. That's such you'd be like, yeah, mate. I mean, well, obviously, I didn't fucking murder him, so what are you on about?
Well, it's only his second sequel.
Really?
Yeah, Grown Ups 2.
Grown Ups 2.
A Murder Mystery 2. So
that's crazy.
Very, yeah. It is crazy that he's only had 2 sequels in his career. But
crazy. The first one was Grown Ups 2.
First Grown Ups was.
The first Grown Ups is great. I have like no issue. Like, people give that movie a shit all you want. I will defend that movie. I'm not gonna fucking die on that hill, but like, I'm not accepting it's a shit film. Second one, I enjoy it. I will not defend the second one.
The first Grown Ups may be in my top 5 Sandler movies.
Top 10, definitely. I don't know. Like, I can't say top 5 off the top of my head, but like top 10, 100, like confirmed top 10, just without thinking of any.
What about today's movie? Top 10, top 20, top.
Wait, this may be. Sorry, I just need to quickly pull something up.
Okay, no worries. For me, I think this is probably. Is it down there with Going Overboard? Probably not.
So out of the 27 movies, including this one that we've reviewed, it's definitely in the top 25.
Okay, looking forward to that.
It might actually be in the top 20. It's not as bad as we're probably going to make it out to be. It's just obviously it's not aged well.
Yeah, and the movie that hasn't aged well is I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
I now pronounce you husband and husband. You may kiss the husband. Kiss the husband.
That's how we roll in our house, baby.
Hell yeah.
If this marriage is something you've cooked up in response to this pension problem, you are not taking me down with you.
This marriage is the only way I can make sure my kids get my pension if something happens to me.
This summer.
Mr. Valentine?
Yeah.
I'd like to talk to you about your domestic partnership.
Oh, jeez. 2 of New York's bravest are going to turn a little lie.
Our domestic partnership is being challenged by the city.
You guys have nothing to worry about because you're a legitimate gay couple, right?
Into a whole new way of life.
Oh yeah, we're big time fruits.
Oh, I like men. The way they smell and...
Okay. This investigation is gonna get rough.
How long is Uncle Chuck staying? What happened to your place? Are you and Dad homosexual?
They are gonna quiz you about every aspect of your relationship.
If we get caught, we're going to jail.
Have a great day. Oh, we will.
But I
on July 20th.
I think we should have seen the signs.
The only thing harder than being a man's man is letting go of being a ladies' man.
I'm cooking Alex a thank you dinner.
You hitting on a lawyer again?
Girl to girl, how do you turn Larry on?
You can't touch her. Our lives depend on her continuing to think you're gay.
Universal Pictures cordially invite you to a comedy.
Thanks to you, I can't get close to her. I can't even have freaking fun with her.
Why can't you have fun with me?
You're smothering me, man. I can't freaking breathe.
Because you're afraid of feeling trapped. That's what happens when you get married.
Badass, we're not really married.
About true romance
That's not a pillowcase. It's my underwear, you idiot.
in the faking.
Oh.
Adam Sandler, Kevin James, and Jessica Biel.
What are you doing there?
I'm soaked.
Greatest body I've ever seen, besides Larry's.
Well, these are real, by the way. Feel.
Jose. Yucky.
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
You are a lousy best friend and a stupid ugly husband.
For the record, every time I laughed at one of your jokes, I was faking it.
You're a monster.
Humphrey, we're leaving.
I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry is a 2007 American buddy comedy film directed by Dennis Dugan, starring Adam Sandler, Kevin James, and Jessica Biel, with Ving Rhames, Nick Swartzen, Peter Dante, Steve Buscemi, Dan Aykroyd, and Nicholas Turturro in supporting roles. So, Dennis Dugan, how many times have we seen Dennis Dugan before? Too many times.
His fourth movie now?
Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy. I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, so it's his third. And then next week,
Oh, okay.
you don't mess with us and Grown Ups. Just go with it. Jack and Jill and Grown Ups too.
Fuck me, he went on a run. Christ.
Dugan is a 4-time Golden Raspberry Award nominee, winning once.
Yeah, well, they got cancelled this year, so
That
that was one of the funniest things. Yeah, you can't exactly nominate a fucking 13-year-old for the worst actor award. That is, it's like, even if you think it's funny, like, and that's fine if you do, like, you can't fucking do that. All you need to do, or if anyone doesn't understand what I mean, go to Google and just type in Jake Lloyd, and then you'll understand.
Oh.
Not to make a laughing point out of that. It's absolutely not. I'm just saying, like, you can't nominate a 13-year-old for the worst actor award. It's just like, even if you do think it's funny, you can't fucking do that shit.
Kevin James is returning after his brief cameo in what was it? 50 First Dates?
Kevin, nah. Is he
Yeah,
in 50
remember
First
that?
Dates?
Yeah, he was Adam Sandler's gay lover at the start. They were gay again. Do you remember the opening scene?
Is he like a
everybody-
cameo in the opening scene? I
Yeah.
can't remember this now.
What was Adam Sandler's name in First Dates?
Oh, he was pretending to be like some fucking spy guy. Was it Mike or something?
Anyways, when it was that little montage of people, Adam Sandler, and then Kevin James was like, Adam Sandler.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
But yeah, this is his first major role, and he's in so much shit going forward.
We do love a bit of the King of Queens.
We've got a mini series to celebrate Kevin James soon, and we're doing a Paul Blart double bill.
I am not looking forward. I'm just probably gonna watch them back to back.
Jessica Biel, she's Jessica Biel. She's, if you don't know Jessica Biel, what has she been in? I Won't Be Home for Christmas.
That's the point. One is Jessica Biel's film. We're just so underprepared for this episode. It's great. 2003, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Can't remember if that's the good remake or not.
No, I think that's
Rules of Attraction. Blade Trinity, which is shite. Stealth.
Seventh Heaven.
The A-Team. Oh yeah, you said she's.
Yeah, we mentioned A-Team. Yeah.
She's in
I
Total
Won't Be Home for
Recall.
Christmas. She's in
Oh,
Hitchcock.
she's in the reboot.
Yes, with what's his face?
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
That's the one.
Not
I was
saying
gonna
that.
say Colin
Just
Firth.
like that fucking. It's not Colin Firth, is it? Jesus, that'd be a different movie.
I'd say, she was in a 2021 episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who as herself.
Oh god.
And
Fucking hell.
she was the celebrity guest in that episode.
Oh,
But
she's
yeah.
in. Oh yeah, she is in BoJack Horseman for a brief period.
Ving Rhames, Nick Swartzen, Peter Dante, Steve Buscemi, and then it's all just Sandler's mates back again.
Yeah, I think this was like the first one in a while where we get everyone.
Yeah, because
apart from no, we get Jonathan Loughran in this.
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah.
Covert's in it. Dante's in it. Schneider's in it.
I think this is the first one since Little Nicky that they're all in, or maybe Big Daddy.
Little Nicky, definitely, because Schneider was in that, but he was a very small part.
Big Daddy, well, he's in Big Daddy, and Jonathan Loughran's in Big Daddy.
Yeah,
this is what I'm thinking, because he's not in a lot of them. I guess not. They're all in The Longest Yard, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah, they're all prisoners or guards.
Are they?
I'm fairly confident. Yeah. Because Alan Covert is the referee. Jonathan Loughran is one of the prison guards, and I'm pretty sure
Rob Schneider is a prisoner.
Rob Schneider
in the
is
crowd.
a prisoner, and I don't know if Peter Dante is in there or not.
Fuck knows, honestly.
Well, anyway.
But he's a good cop. Dante's a good cop, and Dante was looking good in this movie.
Oh, he's a firefighter.
Yeah, that olive skin, that moustache. It made me almost.
He does have a very strong mustache in this.
Pat, you've got fucking work to get to. The thing we like to do on this podcast is a little segment called Curb That Blurb. So what I've done is I've found a plot synopsis online, and I'm going to read it out to you. If you think that it's shit, we'll take it outside, make it bite the pavement, and kick it in the back of the head. We will curb that blurb. But if you think it's a good one, we'll let it walk free and enjoy the rest of its day. So this has come from Apple TV Plus. When bureaucratic red tape prevents him from naming his children as life insurance beneficiaries, a firefighter asks his buddy to pose as his domestic partner.
You know what? Just because fuck bureaucracy, we can keep it.
Yeah.
I'll let it walk. Because that is like the dumbest part of this movie. It's like, oh hey, your wife's dead. We know like you are your children's father, but you're not their main beneficiary. Oh, can we change that? No, go fuck yourself. Like, maybe that does really happen in America because your shit's fucked over there. But like, that is wild.
If I was to guess if this actually happened in America, I would say that this actually happened in America.
Oh, 100%. But like, doesn't make it any less crazy that this guy's. What did this lady say to him? Like, oh yeah, your wife died. We contacted you because your children aren't registered in your name or something. It's like, who are they fucking registered under now then, you dumb bitch? Like, what are they? Just fucking wards of the state? Like, what do you mean?
Hey, they gave him 12 months to answer that letter and he never did. So I think it's Kevin James's fault.
One letter in 12 months. They were really pushing for him to answer.
Do you know it's never the system's fault? What I've also done is I found a couple of reviews here. This first one comes from Nigel Andrews from the Financial Times. And imagine working for the Financial Times and your job is to review I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry rather than giving people financial advice.
Mate, that must be the best job in the world. Being the film critic for the Financial Times. Are you fucking joking? That sounds absolutely ideal. You'd have to do nothing. You could review anything you wanted and no one's going to read it. No one reading the Financial Times has ever seen I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. That's incredible that this guy got that job. I am so happy for that man.
So our friend Nige says, I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry is a comedy masquerade that Shakespeare might have written if he were pea-brained and talentless and had been commissioned to script an Adam Sandler movie.
I mean,
I think there's probably a lot of Shakespearean themes in this movie.
All I know is this guy's comparing Adam Sandler to Shakespeare, so I'm pretty sure Adam Sandler would take that.
There's Forbidden Love. There's I don't know. What else does Shakespeare write about?
Yeah,
I don't
tragedy.
Is there any death? Oh,
Midsummer's Night, Murder. That one.
Yeah, there's tragedy in this because Kevin James's wife is dead. Yeah, it's very Shakespearean.
Ah, yes. This is No, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. After we've had a deep dive, we have now discovered this is actually a Shakespearean tragedy. Thank you for that review for pointing that out.
I've also got a couple of user reviews here. So I've got 1 star from bfigs04, and they say this movie aged like milk, and I think that is exactly how we feel about this movie.
Look, I'm not gonna. It's a fine movie. Like the movie itself is fine. It's just like
it's not
really. Like, if anyone's watching this, basically they just say faggot like at least 30 times just throughout the movie. Just like it's just like, wait, what? Yeah, it's just fucking wild.
I was incredibly shocked with the homophobia in this movie.
Like, it shocked me at first because I just wasn't. You don't expect it the first time you say it, and then you're like, "Whoa, all right," and then it just keeps coming. It's like it never stops. But I think there's only one use of it in like a derogatory sense in the fact that it's like used to hurt someone, and that's
the taxi driver.
No, that's all right. That's 2 then. The taxi driver who gets the shit kicked out of him, and then the fucking guy, Rob Corduroy.
Yes.
Where they're outside the gala thing, and then he's like, they're giving him shit, and these guys aren't reacting, so he just calls him a faggot, and he turns around, and Adam Sandler just fucking clocks him.
Rob Corduroy, you mean Adam Sandler's boss in anger management? You know,
Rob
the guy
Corduroy, that bald guy of like 50.
The bald guy from The Office.
Harry.
I've also found a 5-star review. Lulu02369, and they say Paul Blart and Adam Sandler, good pairing. Glad they got married.
Hey, they did a good job of parenting those kids.
Yeah, they did. They were a good couple.
They were a good couple.
I feel like they brought out the best in each other. And then, obviously, as we do, Rotten Tomato scores. How do you feel this fed with the critics?
Yeah, this. Oh, if this is like above a 30, I'd be shocked. There's no chance.
Give me a number.
26.
This movie received a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics.
That's probably fair enough.
And the audience, I'll give you a clue. This number is very nice.
I didn't know they were watching Borat. Sorry, I can't count to 69 in Kazakh.
Yeah, they give this a 69%. And then the box office numbers, the budget was $85 million, and it grossed $187 million at the box office.
Pretty good.
85 million for this movie, though? Fuck me.
That is a big budget for this movie, actually.
Surely most of that went on Sandler.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think what sets there was, like, because I know obviously they were going through like burning houses and stuff, so that can't be cheap. Maybe it's all like insurance money and shit for the firefighting scenes. I don't know, but like I'm just trying to think. There's no reason that should be $85 million, especially for a 2007 movie that, for all intents and purposes, does not look like it costs $85 million to produce.
I think he must be money
a lot
laundering
of that's got to be
somewhere.
Cast salary. Got to be cast salary.
But they're his mates. That's what he does.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it's his mates. He's giving fuck. He gives all shitloads of money. He's got his own production company.
He either gives them shitloads of money, or he's like, "Oh, fancy doing this for a 12-pack? Come on, we're mates."
But then it's literally like, "Oh yeah, we get to go and spend 3 months in Hawaii doing nothing but filming and eating pork." Like, all right, sweet.
Yeah, that's very true. Where do we start with this movie? Should we talk about Chuck and/or Larry?
Who we got? Chuck is
Adam Sandler.
Which one's which? All right, so Chuck is Adam Sandler and Larry.
Yeah, Larry Valentine is Paul Blart, is Kevin James. Because I know this because Kevin James's brother, who's also in this movie, is called Gary Valentine. And he's the firefighter with a mustache on the fire engine in the start.
I'm pretty sure
Say
every
them.
one of those firefighters has a mustache.
He's the one that's like, oh, I see a Ving Rhames over there. He's a serial killer. He goes after people with his axe.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kevin James's real life brother.
I thought that was Kevin James.
No, that was his brother.
What? Oh, fuck. What was I paying attention to?
Did Kevin James have a mustache in this movie? No. Did he? Or does he only have a mustache when he's Paul Blart?
No, I don't think there's a mustache in this. I don't think. I had no idea. I only watched this fucking like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, that's the thing. I can't remember this movie. I watched it 2 days ago. I've got a couple of notes here, but the movie starts.
Track.
Well, the movie starts and there's two sisters fighting over Adam Sandler. He's a womanizer. He's slept with so many people in New York City. He's the favorite person of the Hooters girls.
So yeah, they get like we have to start this. They're just like we meet Adam Sandler's character. He's a womanizer. They're all playing basketball, and they get called out to a fire. They save the fattest man in the world.
The fat man. Yeah.
Fuck me, yeah. They just open the door and there's just a whale just fucking beached in the corner. Jesus Christ.
Like, we'll cut him up. We'll take him down in pieces. So I've got a note that says save an extremely fat man, and then my next note is bolognese more like bowl of shit.
Oh Jesus, yeah, fucking cooks bolognese and he literally gets like spaghetti, like microwaves a glass jar of sauce and chucks it on top, and then puts 3 hamburger patties on top. That's not the most like.
Yeah. So Adam Sandler and Kevin James, they're Chuck and Larry. They're best friends. Kevin James is a widowed father who's struggling to look after his kids. He can't really connect with his son because Kevin James loves baseball, and his son doesn't.
Son loves dancing.
His son loves dancing and musical theater, and Adam Sandler plays Chuck, who's a serial womanizer who treats women like pieces of shit, pins them against each other, and yeah, and they're firefighters. Basically, that's their characters.
Yeah, there's no other character development pretty much other than that.
Until we find out that Kevin James can't name his kids as beneficiaries on his will. So what they have to do is they go to court and get domestic partnership signed up. So he asks Chuck, and Chuck's like, no. And then he's like, yeah, whatever. Do they go in disguise? Yeah? Or was that later
feel
on?
Like they do. Was that? I don't know. Fuck knows. Yeah, but they go and get a domestic partnership.
I don't know how much of the movie. Okay.
Well, oh no, because they get domestic partnership because they find out he can't. His kids can't like benefit from his will, and then something happens where they both get injured at work and they both like get hospitalized.
Yes.
And then he's like, "Oh shit, I'm fucked if my kids can't get the stuff, so we need to get married."
That's right. They
go
to another.
So we need a like domestic partnership
because they both get sent to hospital after Kevin James saves Adam Sandler's life, and then Adam Sandler is like, "I owe you big time. Whatever you want,
yes,
I'm there for you." And then he's like, "I want you to marry me, so you can look after my kids."
What is it? He knocks on his door and he's like, "What the fuck? What is this?" And he's like, "Remember that time you said you owe me one no matter what with your life?" And he's like, "Yeah, you just woke me up at 4 a.m. Now fuck off."
No, he's there having.
It's like you just woke me up at 4 a.m. We're even.
Isn't he having a? Hasn't he got multiple women over that point, including the doctor from the hospital?
We go back in and he's just having an orgy with all the Hooters ladies and a doctor.
I've got a note here. Adam Sandler, all the Hooter girls can Chuck. Adam Sandler's loving life. Then Larry sees the gays can get married in the States, and now decides he wants to marry Adam Sandler to change benefactor. Okay. And then I've got a note saying Sandler says the F word 2 weeks in a row. And I don't mean fuck. And I'll pronounce you fucking Larry. And then Larry asks Adam Sandler, can we get married? And Chuck goes, if we got married, it would be like the prom king messing around with a tuba player. That's how he describes their relationship. And then, yeah, they go to court in disguise to get married. And then they move in with each other to prove that they're a couple.
Yeah. And Adam Sandler gets all his condoms and fucking blow up sex doll sent to the house.
All his porn.
Kevin James gets these like, what? They fucking send these pre-blown up now? What is this?
Is that a doll for me? Is that what the daughter says? And then how the fuck does Jessica Biel come into this?
She's their lawyer.
But why do they need a lawyer?
Because they realise that what they've done is fraud, and they're like, oh, fuck, we should go and find out how much trouble we're in if we get in trouble. And then she's like, okay, so this is the scenario. But you guys are all legit, right? So it's going to be fine. And they're like, yeah, we're not going to prison for 5 years. Fuck that.
And then she's like, oh, but if this guy comes...
Yeah, this one guy comes and sniffs around. Because, because the guy from... the State Department or some shit is checking up on him, and he's like, oh no, just routine checks, any like domestic partnerships we check up on because people have been like trying to defraud the system. And then they go get a lawyer. And then it's
he's
just
like, if there's any inconsistency popping up, somebody will come to you, and then they're like, oh shit, okay, let's go see Jessica Biel. And she's like, oh, if Steve Buscemi comes around, then we know you're in trouble.
Then we're fucked.
Yeah. And then they're like, and then Steve Buscemi comes around, starts sniffing, and is like, oh,
he's literally going through the trash.
He's like, oh, this is straight whale trash. And then Jessica Biel suggests the only way that you can prove that this is real is if you get married for real, rather than just a domestic partnership. And for that, they have to go to Canada.
Yes. All on Niagara Falls.
Did I tell you about the conversation that me and David once had? We were...
Jesus, you're going to have to be more specific than that, Gary. Fucking hell.
We had a conversation about us getting married and then getting it immediately annulled so we could introduce each other to new people as, oh, this is my ex-husband, Gary. This is my ex-husband, David. And then they were like, what the fuck?
Did you do it?
No, but that's a genuine... I would. I think it'd be hilarious.
I think you absolutely should have. I'm shocked you didn't do that. Should have taken your opportunity while we were near Canada.
I would have genuinely got... But then, yeah.
Remember that time you got stopped at fucking border security coming back into Canada because you really couldn't keep your fucking mouth shut? Kerry, just don't say anything to this guy, we'll be fine. Yeah, alright. Literally about to let us through. Yeah, just pull up over there and come and see us in the building. Alright. Cheers, mate.
And they cut their Esther short by 60 days.
The what?
They cut their Esther short.
They did?
Yeah.
A bit literally because you couldn't shut the fuck up. I was literally like, I'd handled the situation. He was leaving. He was going to let us through. And then you just had to tell him. And I was like, why? Why, Gary?
It's American border control. They terrify me.
Yeah. And that's why I told you to shut the fuck up and let me speak to him, because I don't care. I just want to go and fucking do what I'm doing.
You were in the passenger.
Yeah. And it was still fine.
And then the next note I've got is Rob Schneider crying face. Do you want to let the people know?
When was Rob Schneider in this?
What?
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I just spaced for a second. Like, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Rob Schneider in this movie is the Chinese priest.
Yeah, Rob Schneider is in full Asian face.
How does he get away with it? How?
I don't think anyone gives a shit. I really don't. Like, no one cares. I'm not saying that I don't, and I'm not saying it's not right or anything, but, like, no one can give a shit because people still do it now. Like it's not even uncommon. Like it's
Yeah, but so many people have been called out for it over the last couple of years. But
it's Rob Schneider. Who gives a shit, really?
yeah, that's true. And like Rob Schneider says, and we're all people from the human race.
That's goddamn right. There's only one race. 100-meter sprint.
And then I've got a quote here as they're about to get married. Sandler says, "I'm Jewish, I don't want to piss my mother off." And then Kevin James says, "I'm Catholic, I don't want to piss Mel Gibson off." And then they need a witness, and then they bring in Blake Clark, some drunk.
Yeah, that's just a random homeless bro.
Then he just starts dancing.
The full the Cossack dance.
Yeah. And then Sandler moves in, and he hates the food. He leaves the seat up, and then the daughter falls in. Fucking.
I think it took me until I was this year's old to realise that's why women hate when you leave the seat up, which is also hilarious. It's like
because they fall down.
I never understood why everyone was complaining about. It's like you can put your own fucking seat down. Why do I have to lift it up? You can put it down. It's literally the same amount of effort for me to do it as for you. That's always one thing that's pissed me off. I never understood that as like guys always have to put the seat down. Why? Why is that a thing? You don't piss on your seat? No, it's left up then.
Yeah, but I don't understand.
I don't get it. Or just close the whole fucking thing, and then everyone's happy.
Are girls walking into the toilets backwards? Like they can clearly see if the seat's up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not even going to bother going through my notes.
I didn't make any notes for this because it was just too difficult. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
It's a very difficult movie. Sandler and Kevin James, basically for the rest of the movie, they're pretending to be gay, but Sandler's fallen in love with Jessica Biel.
Yeah, and he's just basically going on like dates with her in the guise of being her gay best friend, so he can like look at her, try on clothes and shit.
Yeah. So what they do some shit like pottery and make bracelets for each other and go shopping and then eventually they kiss.
And that's right. They're at their apartment and they aren't making out.
And then Sandler wants to tell her that he's not gay, but he can't because they genuinely get called into court. I don't even know where this court order came from.
So So what happens was like they kiss and then he leaves. And they're like, oh fuck. And then the newspaper is like, oh, 16 Hooters girls have claimed to have slept with Adam Sandler in the last like 6 months. It's like a full page spread. So they go to court for that because they're defrauded. So they're like, oh fuck. And they're like, look, yes, I slept with all these people. I have a problem.
The Halloween party as well. That happened at some point. Adam Sandler dressed up as Count Dracula years before he actually plays Count Dracula.
Yeah. Actually, I think Hotel Transylvania may be the movie that got me back on board.
I've never seen the Hotel Transylvania movie.
I've only seen the first one. Solid.
No, that's got a good cast. Andy Samberg, Suna Go.
It's all of his friends.
All of his friends.
And Andy. With the addition of Andy Samberg later on.
Nick Swardson is Jessica Biel's gay brother.
Yes. He's been in a few of these now.
I think this is his second one after Click. And he was funny in this one. What is it? I don't know.
You know what? I may have just seen him in something else recently.
I thought he was quite funny in this movie.
He doesn't do anything in Click, really.
No, he's just that Bed Bath and Beyond guy.
He's literally just there. Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna do it. Don't do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. So, who's the pitcher and who's the catcher? And then everybody thinks that Adam Sandler's the catcher.
Adam Sandler's just getting plowed by Kevin James.
Throughout this entire movie, everybody thinks that Adam Sandler, the one taking in this entire relationship.
He's the bottom.
Including Kevin James's kids. But what does the kid say later on? She's like,
I don't have two daddies. I have a
daddy.
daddy and a mommy with a beard or something.
And you're like, what the fuck? The fire crew, I feel like they were completely underused in it, apart from Dan Aykroyd.
I agree completely.
Nicholas Turturro going from this to
just playing just
Longest
this,
Yard to this
ambiguously gay man in both of these movies.
I forgot about that but in Longest Yard, he was a scene stealer. In this, he was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Longest Yard,
relegated to
incredible.
So basically, the entire fire crew, Dante, Loughran, Kevin James's brother, they're all homophobic.
Yes.
Look, like extremely homophobic, apart from Ving Rhames, who is a closeted gay man.
Yes, and comes out because Adam Sandler and Kevin James give him the courage to come out.
Yes. After the rest of the guys abandon Adam Sandler on the basketball because they're afraid that he's going to rub up against them.
Yeah, he's going to play too much defense and rub on
him. These guys, they're so homophobic, they set up a petition to make sure that Kevin James and Adam Sandler can't work together.
On the same shift. Jesus Christ.
Which is fucked.
That's so fucked.
But then Kevin James calls them out on their shit. Like,
yep.
Who would have
who
saved you here?
Who would have saved you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would have saved you from doing this? Who stopped you from doing this? Who helped you when this was happening? Oh yeah, that's right. Motherfucker's on the other shift now, so let's get your asses in gear and let's fucking go.
And then I think this makes them realize that they're all actually one big happy family, and then they all come to the court at the end to show support for.
I do like this. Like their courtroom drama's over. They're gonna win the case. They believe them. Dan Aykroyd walks in. Nah, fuck this. They're guilty as fuck. I'll tell you why. I've known all along. You have to arrest me as well. And then all the firemen stand up. You have to arrest us too. And then they do, and the whole fire department gets arrested. Which, hey man, if a fire happens in that district while they're in prison, that judge is fucked.
Big time.
That judge is fucked.
What I what I enjoyed about this scene is Nicholas Turturro. He's like, so, how would you rate me out of 10? He's like, you're a solid 7.5 or whatever he says.
Yeah. No, he tells me it's a 10. It's like, you're a 10. You're just not my type.
You're like, I'm a 10. I'm a 10.
I'm a fucking 10.
Does he get with Ving Rhames at the end? No.
No, Ving Rhames gets with someone else. With Nick Swanson.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
Does Nicholas... Because he tries it on with both. He's like, does anybody want me?
But yeah, like you said, throughout this whole court procedure, they answer the questions like, "Oh, when did you meet? What's his favorite color? Blah 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 blah." What's your favorite thing about him? Blah. And, like, what's his favorite thing about you? And then, yeah, like you said, Dan Aykroyd comes in. Is like, these motherfuckers are guilty. I knew all along. Like, if you arrest these, you gotta arrest me. And then
they do. Who's the judge? I feel like he's a person, like a famous person.
The judge is a famous person, but at what point is everybody like, kiss, 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 kiss?
Oh, yeah. Fucking just before that. So they kiss and then Dan Aykroyd walks in. So yeah, Steve Buscemi's not convinced. He's like, nah, fuck these guys. They need to prove it. And he's like, nah, you need to kiss. And everyone's like, well, that's really fucking demeaning. You definitely don't. All the judges and the lawyers, which is absolutely the right course of action here. And then the whole crowd is like, no, kiss, no pressure. And then they have a very, very, very brief peck. And Dan Aykroyd swiftly
comes in. And I've just realized the way that everybody finds out Chuck and Larry is after the Halloween party. Adam Sandler decks that guy from The Office.
Punches Rob Corddry.
Yeah, he punches Rob Corddry.
Punches Champ from Anchorman.
And yeah, and then that's caught by paparazzi because Rob Corddry is leading an anti-gay protest.
Yes.
There you go.
I think one of my favorite scenes of this whole movie is Adam Sandler punches him, and then the next thing is the newspaper headline, and it just says, gay basher bashed.
So
And it's so
Councilman Bax,
fucking brilliant.
he's Richard Chamberlain, who's the first to play
Oh,
Jason Bourne in the 1988 made-for-TV movie,
I was
The
gonna say,
Bourne
that name
Identity.
rings a bell.
Yeah. Where would we know him from? Don't know. Man in the Iron Mask.
Oh,
I don't know.
I feel like I just. Oh, fuck knows.
Maybe you just know the name.
He was Julius Caesar. Oh, he was, sorry, Augustus Caesar. Julius Caesar. I love how there's just like dead silence when we both are just like vigorously Googling something.
Yeah. David Spade. He's in this movie.
David Spade is in this movie, very briefly.
That's in my notes. I'm just looking through this now.
He's in the he's at the party and he thinks he's the lawyer when
it's
he's bent
Jessica
over.
Biel.
I
He's
love
in
how
a Playboy Bunny outfit.
There's so many like fucking things of David Spade just being like a woman or having just like womanly features. Like in Grown Ups, where he's walking through the house with no pants on, and Selma Hayek like looks at him and he walks past and she's just like, "Was that a man's ass?"
Yeah,
it's fucking gold. He's just this little man. We do love a bit of David Spade.
I'm going back.
Movie.
I'm going back a bit here. We mentioned the kiss, didn't we, between Sandler and Jessica Biel? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Oh, Chuck and Larry argue at some point. I don't fucking know. And then and then when Sandler's reading a bedtime story to Kevin James's kids, it's the puppy book from The Puppy Who Lost His Way. And fuck knows. Yeah, and then in the court, Sandler's like, what did he say? Please don't be mean to gay people. I used to be mean to gay people, now I'm not, because I realized how loving the community is.
Yeah, I guess. And then what? Like they all get arrested, and the city is basically like.
We have I've got it here. So after they get arrested, the councilman comes up to them, is like,
offers them a deal.
Yeah, I'll offer you a plea deal. Admit that you falsified the documents, and you'll get a slap in the wrist. But you also need to donate to LGBT charity. So they all end up making a calendar.
Yeah, right. So it's a thing at the start of the movie where it's like all the women in New York notify them because they make a calendar, and then at the end of this they make a LGBT, or it's definitely just a gay friendly calendar.
A gay friendly character, and then
calendar, yeah.
And then the movie ends with Vin Rames and Fortin getting married, and Adam Sandler and Jessica Biel make up, and then they go for a dance, and then Kevin James finds a woman whilst listening to Dante sing. Does the movie end with Peter Dante singing?
This is news to me.
Well, yeah, that's the movie. Honestly, not much happened in this entire movie. It was kind of shit.
Yeah, this one was. I don't know, because I didn't have any expectations going in, because I didn't really remember a lot of it. Like I didn't even remember fucking Jessica Biel was in this movie.
It was long.
It was long. It's 2 hours.
I did this in about 3 seconds in one night.
It's not a quick 2 hour movie either. It's not one that's like, oh, this is a breezy 2 hours. It's like guess we're sitting down for this one.
Yeah.
This is definitely not one of my favorite Sandler movies.
So before we move on to our scores, a thing we like to do is a little segment called Creme de la Scene, which is our favorite scene of the movie. I may be throwing you under the bus here, but Matt, what was your favorite scene of the movie? Because I have no clue.
Oh no, I do have a favorite scene. It's Kevin James calling out all the firemen.
Yeah.
After they signed the petition. That was my favorite scene in the movie. Turned it in and he's just like, so we've been partners for the last like 10 years, me and Adam Sandler. And he's like, saved your ass from burning fire. Oh, I guess he's too gay to do that now. It's like, oh, carried your ass when you had a broken leg out of that building. Oh yeah, no, he's too gay to do that now. It's like, oh, I was there for you and you fucking mum died and we all like came round and had a thing for you. Oh, he's too gay to do that now. And then the fire bell starts and they's like, well, guess the fucking gay dude who's been saving your ass his last 10 years is on a different shift, so shut the fuck up, get down the pole and let's go and put the fire out. And it's just like, oh, get fucked.
No.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's the best scene in the film.
Yeah, no,
In my opinion.
I agree there. I think
It's actually a really good scene.
I think
it genuinely is a good scene.
I think they put up with a lot of shit from their team after everything came out, especially the shower and the basketball and
the shower scene is also great because they're like terrified, just like the drop in the soap, and then the second soap drops, and then Ving Rhames just walks in and starts singing "I'm every woman" just under the shower in the middle, big dick out, grabs the soap and just starts showering, just not a care in the world.
Yeah,
so good. That's
a good
the
scene.
Like favorite scene. That's the like good.
There
you go. There's your creme de la scene.
I think my from this movie is when Adam Sandler and Jessica Biel kiss, and then you can see the guilt on Jessica Biel's face and hear it in her voice, and she feels genuinely traumatized for what she has done to Kevin James, and Adam Sandler can't admit his love for this woman who has changed the way that he feels about women, because obviously he is trapped in this lie with his best friend. That is my cream de la scene.
Are you saying we once again get a movie where Adam Sandler is a terrible bloke and beats a woman, and then all of a sudden he is no longer a terrible bloke?
So if we're going off that, we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is like the 12th movie where that happens to Adam Sandler, where he's a terrible bloke at the start, but then he's not because he meets a woman.
So this is what I meant to say. This is a very like little bit, but they're walking through, like they're doing a parade, and what is it? They're wearing shirts, and one of them says Mrs. Pitt, and the other one says Mrs. Timberlake. I just thought that was a great reference.
Oh, because
and I also really appreciate. Do you think like Adam Sandler was specifically not wearing the Mrs. Timberlake one because he fondles his Phil boobs in this?
Gives her a foot rub and fondles her boobs.
It's so funny. I just couldn't get over that scene because I was like, what's going to happen here? But then it's like, it's at least 30 seconds long and it's like a full fucking actually going for it. It's so like, oh yeah. I know it's acting, but Jesus Christ, filming that, you must have just been like fucking pissing yourself.
Oh, and yeah, Alan Covert's in this movie as well. Can't forget to mention that he's a dad that doesn't want Kevin James near his much. And then
Kevin James, he's in the school as one of the PTA guys.
He is
like,
that's great. We don't need you for scouts. We don't need you for Little League. And then
it's like, no, we're not good.
yeah.
And then he fully. I don't know if
he tackles him into something.
Yes.
And then
smashes the shit out of him. And then this big fat kid comes over to his kids and is like, your dad's queer and so are you. And this kid does the splits and full fucking just Johnny Cages him and just splits him and just punches him straight in the dick. It's fucking gold. Full Mortal Kombat. Fucking Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage. He's the actor for Mortal Kombat. That's his finishing move, I'm pretty sure.
Johnny Sins, Nicolas Cage. Go on.
Hey, Johnny Sins could be in this movie and you'd never know. He's just a doctor in the background. Maybe he's a mechanic.
Yeah, I think I saw him as a mechanic one. So, but
he fixing the pipes in your kitchen, does he?
What I want you to do is, I want you to rate this film a certain number of sandbags out of 10, and let the people know what sort of flood those sandbags could stop.
Oh, I'm gonna give this a 5.5.
5.5 out of 10. And what sort of flood?
the flood of piss coming down Nick Turturro's leg when he realizes he dropped the soap.
Last week I gave Rain Over Me a 5.6. And I don't think I enjoyed that. Did I enjoy this more? Probably not.
This was more enjoyable, just like purely because it wasn't depressing as fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a 5.7 sand out of 10, and my 5.7 sandbags could stop the flow of rain that got Jessica Biel's top wet, that excused her to get topless in front of Adam Sandler, which led to him fondling her breasts. That's what my sandbags could stop. So, average scores for this week, Matthew are sat on a 5.6 out of 10, and I am sat on a 5.42 out of 10. So we're very, very close to each other.
I'm sure it's switched around. I'm sure mine was more lower than yours at one point.
Yes, it was, but you give the longest yard a 9.3.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Absolutely deserved. No regrets.
And little Nicky at 10.
Absolutely, don't care. Little Nicky is the platinum standard for which all Adam Sandler movies must be judged. I know everyone else thinks that's Happy Gilmore. I don't give a fuck.
It's not Little Nicky, surely.
Little Nicky. Well, you know what? My opinion, and it's my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
A couple of trivia there was an Australian movie with Crocodile Dundee, and then they sued this movie because it basically had exactly the same plotline, but apparently there wasn't enough similarities, so they just threw it out of court. And then that movie eventually was renamed to I Now Pronounce You something and something.
I've just spilled coffee all down me. Fucking wonderful.
There we go. In November 2007, the producers of Australian film Strange Bedfellows sued Universal Studios for copyright infringement. The suit was withdrawn in April 2008 after the producers got an early draft of the film, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then they were satisfied. But yeah.
Strange Bedfellows called Bedtime Stories just to piss them off.
Maybe. Strange Bedfellows was then renamed to I Now Pronounce You Vincent Ralph. And it stars Michael Keaton and
Michael Keaton?
They sit Michael Keaton and Crocodile Dundee. And then Dan Aykroyd basically improvised all his lines in this movie.
I mean, Dan Aykroyd is in this for a total of like 2.5 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if he literally they sat him down in the room and he just made it up. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Fuck, I love Dan Aykroyd, man. Jesus Christ, what a fucking legend
so
that guy
good.
is. He's so fucking funny.
He is. And what, this is his third time you've seen him?
I think this is third one.
Third of 4
Coneheads.
films. Yeah. Coneheads,
nice.
51st Dates, and then he's back in Pixels.
Oh, God. I'm not looking forward to watching Pixels. Oh, Jesus. Do we have to watch... Oh, for God's sake. Do we have to watch the fucking Emoji Movie?
No, he's not in that.
Oh, thank Christ.
This movie was originally planned with Nicolas Cage and...
With Nicolas Cage and who?
Will Smith.
I don't know how that would have... I don't know. That would have been very interesting to see those two interact with each other.
I'm guessing Will Smith would have been Chuck.
Oh, absolutely.
Nicolas Cage, Larry. And then some errors. He is spelt incorrectly. There we go. They spelled Cincinnati wrong in one scene. But yeah, I've got nothing.
This, yeah.
Do you?
Any more about this movie?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm sure I'll probably have something. I don't think I actually do. I'm just making some up here.
But... This movie's not worth anyone's time. It's such a weird time capsule of what was what was allowed on the big screen?
It's it's just a mid-2000s movie. Like, you could get away with this. I mean, there's a reason this obviously like didn't get commercially rated very highly. But I guess it made $100 million. Like, you can't say it wasn't a successful movie.
I'm still
look.
shocked.
No one ever needs to watch this over again. It's just funny. Like, if you've not seen it for ages, it really is kind of jarring when like just people dropping faggot every 5 seconds.
I don't know.
Like, it's so strange. But anyway,
yeah. Do you want to let the people know what we have next week?
Next week, baby. So, following on from this movie. There is a movie in between called Strange Wilderness, but Adam Sandler only produces it, so we're not going to watch that.
Oh, we get to Strange Wilderness.
Oh God, where the fuck are we doing? Are we doing a Steve Zahn spin-off now? Like, what is this?
No, we're at some point we're going to celebrate movies of Happy Mads. I'm pretty sure that's down on the calendar at some point.
That is all right, fine.
We got to do Strange Wilderness and that.
Did you also notice that Reign Over Me was produced by Happy Madison Productions, but not under that name?
No, what was it produced under?
They had a separate production company that was in Happy Madison, but it was named something else because they wanted to name the one with the serious movies after a different thing. I noticed it when they were introducing it in the movie, and it was like, wait, why isn't this a Happy Madison movie? And then it is. It's just that name doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they only made this movie under the production company name, which was...
There's another production company that they set up as well. So yeah, we've
so
got
Madison 23 Productions. And
right, okay.
I'm pretty sure the only movies that were released under it were were Reign Over Me, and there was one other as well.
Because they also did the same, because they were going to branch off into horror as well.
Yeah.
So and they did that with a movie called The Shortcut, and that was called Scary Madison, which they should have brought back for Hubie Halloween, but they didn't.
And Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah. But yes, Strange Wilderness should be episode 7 if we get there, after in our terrific mini-series after we discuss The Master of Disguise and Grandma's Boy.
I would rather die. Next week, I've not seen this. I don't know if I watched this in the movies in the cinema, but I've not seen it since it came out in 2008, and that is You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Itchy Bubbler. That's all I remember from that movie.
Yeah, the fizzy
fizzy bubbler, not itchy bubbler.
The Macandrakan, it's just like made up fucking Middle Eastern sounding phrases. Like, that's all it is. It's great. And there's just like, I just remember there's like buckets and buckets of hummus in this movie.
One joke I remember from this movie is Zohan doing push-ups, and it's like 2 hands, 1 hand, no hands.
Just copying Tenacious D. What is this?
That's all I remember.
All I remember from this is he's a hairdresser, and then he's just banging old ladies in the back of the salon. Like, apparently it's the busiest hairdresser in the whole of New York now. That's the only thing I can remember from this film. Oh, that and one other scene that I won't spoil yet. I'll say it when we do the thing next week. It's probably like $3 scene, and it's the only thing I can remember.
We'll get to that next week. If you want, follow us on our social medias at SoSandrasPod. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Send us an email at sosandraspod@gmail.com. And I think that's all I need to mention. Yeah?
Yeah. Over and out.
Yeah. See you next week.
Me!